How's it going, everybody? C-RadTV back here in our video, and welcome to C-RadTV vlog number 55. So, of course, for today's vlog, we'll be heading down to Toronto, Ontario for the HondaIndy Toronto, the IndyCar race in Toronto. And, of course, this is supposed to be a collab vlog with Space Mel Ferrari 248, but he's not here right now, and I haven't had any contact or word with him since last night. Very uncharacteristic. Like, I haven't had word from him since he hit the border yesterday afternoon, so hopefully he's okay, but we're going to continue on and the show will go on. So yeah, slowly getting ready to go. It's currently 6 in the morning. Getting ready to slowly head out to Toronto, so we'll see you all in Toronto when we get there. Alright, I'm officially in Toronto in the parking lot. There's warm-ups for the IndyCar series happening right now, so I'll talk while the cars go by. I did finally get word from Space Mel Ferrari 248 on my way here. He will not be joining us today. He had some issues at the border and is unable to join, so there's no collab anymore. But hey, you know, it happens. You know, hope he does well. You know, hope all is good, you know. Just hate to see that happen. But, you know, we're here in Toronto. We're going to go have a fun time still. You know, the show must go on. So, let's all head inside. Okay, time to go head indoors for the paddock areas. The only IndyCar indoor paddock on the series.
Him, his teammate out of Austin, Texas, Brady Golan, the rookie in the number 3. From Portland, Oregon, in the 33 Motorsports Helmet House Paris. I think he started 8th, got himself up to 4th, started 11th here, now he's up to 6th. Again, good points.
cool, dude.
And taking a ride with you. Racing's race fans, here's Alexander Rossi. Racing race fans, please welcome Connor Daly. Christian Lundgaard. Chevrolet for Team Penske race fans. Here's Joe New, Joseph Newgarden.
Yeah!
Here's Scotty D, Scott Dixon. Starting here's Felix Rosenquist. In Penske, here's Scotty Mack. Welcome, Scott McLaughlin. And race fans, welcome Nolan Siegel. Fans, welcome Pato O'Ward. Starting now. Hey! Moving on to row number 4, starting in the 8th position, Erickson. And starting 7th, driving the number 45, drop level race fans, here's Kyle Kirkwood. Ray Hall. Race fans, it's Will Power. Starting in the 3rd position in the Ganassi Racing, your reigning Indianapolis 500 champion race fans. Here's Alex Hello. Driving the number 26 Cambridge Honda for Andretti Global race fans, your pole sitter. Here's Colton Herta. Please welcome your grand marshals from the Ontario Honda dealers, second to command. Drivers!
Actually, we should sit down at that turn. They're running hot. Conrad, your car might end up on TV.
Was that what? No, what number? Oh no! No! Oh, that came right off him. Somebody's fired.
I'd do that job.
Yeah.
Getting a bit chippy on this one, okay? Why is he running back out? Hey, doesn't pit car stay down here?
Sometimes.
sneak down the hall.
Big one. Oh, he's got to move it again. Okay. I guess they're all staying.
Next year,
This is the second time that we have seen cars stacked up on top of one another.
thank goodness for the crash bars, man.
You didn't get it reversed either. There you go. You didn't find reverse.
What's going on today?
under caution.
Got it or no? Yeah, I got it. Okay. No boosted? Not yet.
And here to present our second place Waterford Crystal Trophy is Monica Carmichael on behalf of the Ontario Honda dealers.
Officially back out of the car after the IndyCar race. So Paddle Award won a pretty chaotic field race that had an under caution. There's still 2 other races happening. We're not staying for that. We're heading home. We only came for the IndyCar race and that was it. So we got a 3-hour drive home plus a stop for dinner somewhere. So I'll talk to you all when we get home. Alright, so officially back home in Toronto. This is the only thing I got from the HondaIndy Toronto. So, of course, I got the Joseph Newscar and Astemo t-shirt. And, of course, this is the front of it. Also on the sleeve here, you have his 2-time IndyCar Champions patch. And also over on this sleeve, you have his Indy 500 winner patch from 2023 and 2024. That's the front of it. And if I can flip it over nicely. Here we go. That's the back of it, which has his name, number, and the Chevy logo on the back. So, yeah, that's my new Joseph Newgarden pit shirt. I finally got an IndyCar pit shirt, finally. But, yeah, anyway, that'll wrap it up for this IndyCar vlog at Toronto. So, yeah, overall, it was a pretty chaotic race. You know, it was a typical Toronto chaotic race. Maybe not as chaotic as last year, but, yeah, it was pretty chaotic. I think we all knew it was going to be a chaotic race the moment McLaughlin racked out from that loose wheel on his left rear. You know, just crazy. You know, we even had, once again, another car go airborne in Toronto with Jacob Abell's car landing on top of Newgarden. Like, the one thing that didn't change at Toronto was Penske's nightmare season continues, because this race was another Team Penske killer. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, the ghost of Tim Cindric really does show no mercy. Jesus Christ. Especially the Newgarden McLaughlin. Jesus Christ. That's already McLaughlin's 5th DNF of the year. Jeez. Like, honestly, what does Penske need to do to turn around? Honestly, they just need to throw in the towel on this season and just focus on next. Just start preparing for 2026. Like, this season's already been a wash. Just throw the damn towel and just focus on 2026. But hey, Penske, at least you still got your NASCAR program, that's for sure. Especially when it comes chase time and Logano or Blaney pull another deep run out of their ass. You know what's going to happen. But yeah, you know, overall though in Toronto, still had a fun time at the race. Still was a fun time for sure. You know, even despite finding out at the last minute about Space Mail Ferrari 248 situation and that he couldn't join us, that pretty much canceled the collab. Because I was actually looking forward to him collabing with him this week and having a fun time with him. But hey, you know, made the most of a bad situation, you know, and still had a fun time in Toronto, you know. Kind of wish I could have done it with him. But hey, you know, that's life, you know. Sometimes life doesn't always go according to plan. You know, I'm not going to talk much more about his issues out of respect for him. So I'm just going to leave it at that. All I say is, you know, I hope I still get to do collab vlogs with him again in the future. Even if it means I have to go to the U.S. Because I have talked with him before about options to collab at Watkins Glen, Dover, or hell, even Pocono. So those options are on the table in the future. Or maybe even Montreal in the future. Because I have discussed not only NASCAR in Montreal if they ever go there by 2026 or 2027, but also potentially F1 in Montreal. And of course, this Toronto race, the one thing I think that's going to be asked about this IndyCar race in Toronto is this truly the last IndyCar race in Toronto for the foreseeable future? Because there have been a lot of rumors that Toronto may not be on the schedule in 2026, and that this weekend could get replaced with Formula E on the streets of Toronto. All I say is if Toronto chooses Formula E over IndyCar, I'm going to flip shit. I'd rather have IndyCar over Formula E. Like, I have nothing against Formula E, it's just not my cup of tea. I'd rather have IndyCar. But if it is IndyCar's last race in Toronto, well, it was a hell of a ride, that's for sure. But I hope IndyCar does get to come back to Canada in the future. I think they should stay in Canada. Like, if Toronto's not an option, I mean, they could always look at maybe CTMP up in Bowmanville, which is like an hour up the road from Toronto. I would say Montreal, but if NASCAR's going to Montreal, you already know NASCAR is going to cock-block the living shit out of IndyCar. Just like how they cock-block the shit out of IndyCar from competing on ISC tracks. You know, it's why IndyCar will not end up going back to Michigan, why they won't go to Kansas, or even Pocono, or Phoenix, or hell, even Homestead. Because NASCAR owns ISC, and ISC owns those tracks. And ISC and NASCAR is going to cock-block IndyCar. Because IndyCar is competition in NASCAR. So, yeah. You know, it is what it is. But, yeah. You know, hopefully IndyCar gets to go still get the race in Canada. Even if it means they have to go somewhere else. You know, hey, if Toronto's not an option, I say Canadian Tire Motorsports Park would be a solid Plan B option. Like, I would say Plan C. The Plan B option would be Montreal, but we already know NASCAR is going to cock-block IndyCar from Montreal. So I would say probably Plan C for CTMP. I think that would be a good option there. But, you know, whether IndyCar stays in Toronto or ends up leaving Toronto, or if they ever come back to Canada in the future, time will tell. You know, just in the end, you know, it was a solid race. You know, congrats to Pato O'Ward. I mean, he's been overdue for a win in Toronto for a couple years. He's come close on a couple of occasions. Finally got it done. So, yeah, hats off to him. And hats off to Kiffin Simpson, too, on his first career podium. And Ritas VK getting the podium, too. Like, Jesus. Outside of O'Ward, this podium was quite something for sure. VK on the podium. And even Kiffin Simpson getting his first career podium. Just, like, a lot of good stories to come out of this race. You know, it's also a rare off day for Alex Palou and the 10 car and Ganassi. You know, just they looked like they were going to run away with it early, and then they just botched the pit strategy completely and dug themselves in a hole they could never dig out of. Just crazy. But yeah, overall, you know, that's another IndyCar race. So yeah, next vlog on this channel will be for this Canada Series race at CTMP on Labor Day weekend. So that'll be when the next vlog on this channel comes. And yeah, in terms of race recaps, see you next week for F1 in Belgium and IndyCar at Laguna Seca and Truck Series at IRP. So yeah, anyway, that's going to wrap it up here. Hope everyone enjoyed the vlog, and yeah, I'm out.